Welcome to my channel. I'm Daisy. This lesson we will do a big review of all the sentence structures from previous lesson. So if you're a beginner or you're studying HSK1, this video is also for you. Since next lesson, lesson 17, we will start to learn some new topics. So now let's start. By the way, if anyone wants the PDF version of my slides, you can leave your email address in the comment area. We will send to you. So the grammar, the first one is 先生 means Mr. 小姐 means Miss. But there is different in the grammar way. In Mandarin Chinese, we will use our surname plus Mr. or Miss. But in English, you guys will use another way around. For example, Mr. Jones. In Chinese, we wouldn't say Mr. is 先生, right? We wouldn't say 先生 Jones. We say Jones 先生. So surname first and then 先生 or 小姐. Second one, 什么 means what? This is a specific question word used to ask all the objects. For example, the sentence structure is subject plus verb plus 什么. So 你叫什么? So you, 叫 means to be called, right? You to be called what? That is, what is your name? And by the way, when you learn language, you should learn it in the really flexible way. For example, here, 你叫什么? If we translate straight away, one by one, that means you call what, right? So in the future, if somebody say, oh, how could I say, what's your name in Chinese? You have to remind yourself, okay, 你叫什么? You call what? That is equal with what's your name, okay? Do not think about, okay, I don't know how to say name, so I don't know how to ask people's name. Actually, you know, make it more flexible. And this one, you see the structure of the answer to this question is exactly the same as that of the question, except you use your answer in place of 什么. Do not try to change or make a new sentence structure as a beginner, okay? So what do I mean is 你叫什么? 什么? The answer of this question is you only need to use your answer, replace the question words, replace it, switch it. Don't need to do anything. Do not give me a new sentence structure. Just follow it, switch it, okay? Next one is 很 means very is an adverb. So in English, you guys will say subjects plus verb plus adjective, right? You guys will say I'm happy, right? I am happy. So in Chinese, we wouldn't say I'm here. If I want to say I am happy, I will say I'm very happy. We do not put the verb before the adjective, okay? So you see here, in Mandarin, we cannot put a verb between subject and adjective. We can only put an adverb between subject and adjective, like here. I am very good. So I am here. We don't use am, okay? We only say I, very good. So I am very happy. Also, no verb, because happy is adjective. We wouldn't use verb here. I only say 我很高兴, I'm very happy. You may ask me, Daisy, how about I'm not very happy? I just want to say I'm all right, I'm not bad. So in Chinese, of course, we have different way to say, okay, I'm not that happy or I'm super happy, but we always need an adverb there to tell you the extent of the adjective, like I'm very happy or a little bit happy or extraordinary happy. We need something here. Sorry for that. Our Chinese, we are not that simply happy. We need something here, okay? But the first adverb that we teach you guys is 很. So you will see my example is always with very. So next one is 也. 也 simply means also to, either, or. This is an adverb. In English, you can put, you see here, in English, we put the adverb after verbs or even in the end of sentence, like really flexible. You can say, he quickly ate lunch, or he ate lunch quickly. No matter you put quickly before verb or in the end of sentence, both works. But in Mandarin, we only can put the adverb before the verb, never change, okay? So if I say 我认识 Daisy, 我 means I, 认识 means to know. I know Daisy. If you want to say I also know Daisy, also, where should we put also? We will put it before the verb 也, right? So I will say 我也认识 Daisy. I also know Daisy. Or 我也叫 Daisy. I'm also called Daisy. So next one. Yeah, so here give you another example. If we meet two adverbs in the same sentence, please remember 也 is always the first verb, first adverb after the subject. Like you see 也 and 很, 也 means also, 很 means very. Those two are both adverbs, but in general, we put 也 as the first adverb. Don't ask me reason. There is no reason. That is just the speaking habit. In general, we put 也 as the first adverb. Next one is ma. Okay, this is a really common question sentence signal. Okay, when we use ma in the end of sentence, that is to confirm yes or no. Did you remember? I just told you there is another question word. We just learned it. 什么 means what. What is ask you specific question, like what's this, ask you this thing. You may tell me the name. But here, ma is simply confirm yes or no, okay? Like, are you Daisy? Your answer is yes, I'm Daisy, or no, I'm not Daisy. This is the yes or no ma question. If I ask you, what's your name? That's a no, your answer cannot be yes or no, right? That's a specific question. So let's see how it works. 你是 Daisy 吗? Are you Daisy? You just simply put ma in the end of the sentence. You are Daisy. Are you Daisy, right? If you are Daisy, 我是 Daisy, you just delete ma, delete the question words and then repeat the part without the question words. Once you delete ma, you left 你是 Daisy. But when I answered, I wouldn't say you're Daisy. I will answer I am Daisy, right? Change you to I. 我是 Daisy. So answer yes. Delete question mark, repeat the same thing, okay? Do not try to give me a new sentence structure, no. If the answer is no, we will put 不. 不 means not. We will put 不 before any verbs to negate no matter what verb it is. I can say, I don't eat fish. I will say 我不 eat fish. Okay, so here is I'm not Daisy, 我不是 Daisy. Give you guys more example. 你认识 Daisy 吗? Do you know Daisy? If you know, 我认识 Daisy. Oh, 我不认识 Daisy. You see, I just need to delete ma will be my answer yes. My answer no, I will put the negative word 不 here. That's it. Okay, next one. Here, next page, you see, there is a note for you guys. Okay, I just explained it, but here I will read it just to remind you. Ma is different with 什么. Ma used to confirm yes or no. 什么 used to ask what. For example, what's your name is to asking what. You have to use 什么. Is your name Daisy? The answer can be yes or no. So we have to use ma. And also, 什么 and ma usually, they do not exist in a same sentence. Okay, either you use 什么, either you use ma in general. When you go to advanced level, you will see the situation. They put 什么 and ma in same sentence. But in general, as beginner, no, that doesn't work. Okay. Next one, no. You see ma and no, they all have the mouth radical. Ma, no. Those things, they are just like sounds really like the modern particle, like ma, no, like the English. Yeah, wow, those can modern particle. So ma is ask yes or no. No is used to ask the same question back to the person who just asked you. This sounds confused, right? So let us go through example. You will know what I'm talking about. 你最近好吗? How are you recently? 你 you 最近 recently 好 good 吗? How are you recently? So I'm good. I will say 我很好, right? I'm very good. We do not use I'm here, okay? I just say I'm very good. 你呢? 你呢? You see, I put the ne here. to ask the same question back to the person who just asked you. The person asked me, 你最近好吗? How are you recently? If I use 你 plus ne means and you. So here 你呢 equal to 你最近好吗? Answer, the people can say 我也很好. I am very well. So 也 always is the first adverb in a sentence. Okay. One more example. Question. 你认识 Daisy 吗?认识 is to know. Do you know Daisy? 我认识 Daisy. I know Daisy. 你呢? So 你呢 this 你呢 equal to do you know Daisy, right? And you, they say, 我也认识 Daisy. I also know Daisy. Okay, next one. Next one is about numbers. Okay, number 1 to 9, they have different name. 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 to 9. The common mistake is for number 7. So this one Q, we do not call it Q, okay? In English, you guys call it Q. In Chinese, we call it Qi. When you see Q in our pronunciation, you have to pronounce it as Qi, like Chicago or cheese. So number 7, we call it Qi. And then is 10. Since 10, everything can be followed by a pattern. For example, number 11 made by 10 and 1, right? So it's 10, 1. You see 10 and 1 put together, 10 first and then 1. So number 12 will be 12, 10 plus 2. For the number part, if you need a real proper lesson for Chinese numbers, you can find it in my channel. That one calls like the count number from 1 to 1000. You can check it out. And then 12, 13, 13, 14, and then 18, 18, 19, 19. Since 20, like 20 is 2 times of 10, right? We will put the number 2 and number 10 together to tell you 20 is 2 times of 10. We will say 2 first and then they say 10. So you see 2 and 10 put together are 10 means 20. Same thing, 30, 3 and 10, 30, 40, 40, and then until 90 is 9 plus 10, 90. 100 means 100, 100. If you say 200, will be number 2, 200. All right, so 20, we got it, is 20. So if you want to say 25, is 20 plus 5 is 25, 25. And then 57, 50, 50 plus 7, 7 put together, 57. All right, next one. Okay, this one is the most common verb in Chinese. 是 means to be, means is, I'm, are, was, were. We all call it 是, okay? 是. You can roll your tongue back, try to pronounce it. 是, 是. So 是, how we use it? Just exactly same with the English order, okay? You see, she is British. She is 她. Is 是 British is 英国人, so 他是英国人. Negative, did you remember we'll use 不 before the verb, right? So I will say 他不是英国人. She is not British. But I want to ask you yes or no. Is she British? I will use the positive answer plus ma. That is how our question works, right? So 他是英国人吗? Okay, there is a note in English. If you change the subject, the verb will also change. Like I am British, she is British, you are British. Because I use I, she, you, so my verb changes to I'm, is, are. In Mandarin, we only have one verb, 是. That means I'm, is, are. Even if the subject changes, like 我是，他是，你是。No matter here is I, you, she, even plural we only have one verb. Next one, 都means both or all. This is an adverb. So if you want to use 都 means both or all in a sentence, your subject should be plural, right? In English, you will say we both like it. Like we all like it. We wouldn't say I both like it. So the plural is for our subject. 我们 is we. 我们都是中国人. We are both Chinese. 都 adverb always before the verb. 他们都是23岁. They are both 23 years old. Daisy 和我, you see a part of we, Z, I also can see, I also can say two subjects together, like a subject A and subject B, right? That's also plural. Daisy 和我都不是英国人. All right, next one is the note part. You see, we will put though after the subject when it refers to the multiple people or things. Like for example, like we or they, to emphasize that they are all in the same condition. And then also we mentioned in lesson 1, that is our, I think in here lesson 1 is for our lesson 4. For the YouTube class is lesson 4, because this thing, this like the slides that I show you is our proper face-to-face class lesson. So here will be slightly different. As we mentioned before, adverbs always come before verbs. So far, we have learned 也, 很, 都. If there are three adverbs, in one sentence, 也 is always the first verb after subject. You see here, 也, 都, 很, three together, right? So 也 always the first one. 我们也都很高兴. We are also both very happy. Also both very are all adverbs. Next one is 爸 and 妈. What's the difference between those two? Like I told you guys before, 妈 is used to confirm yes or no. But here has the new things. 爸 is also the modern particle. 爸 is kind of like the, you want to ask them, but you're not really sure about it. Within this situation, you use 妈, but you're 80% sure you will use 爸. You see here, 你是美国人吗? Are you American? This is 50% sure. Are you, 你是美国人吗? If like based on how the people look like, also you can hear their like the American accent, you are 80% sure you will say, oh, 你是美国人吧? In here, you're probably sure, okay? That is a question. That is the difference between 妈 and 爸 in a question sentence. 妈 80% sure. Sorry, 爸 80% sure. 妈 50% sure. Okay, you see there a note. In lesson 1, we learned 爸 means suggestion in a statement. Like 你叫我 Daisy 吧, you just call me Daisy. Then, like how about you just call me Daisy? In this lesson, we use 吧 in a question. The meaning of 吧 in question is similar with 妈 because those are all used to confirm yes or no. The difference is 妈 is only half sure. 爸 is almost certainly sure, or will be after you have gained more information to help you judge it. Okay, the next one is 哪. Before I told you guys 什么 means what, right? Here is another question word, specific question word, which means 哪. So for example, which country is he from? We say 他是哪国人. He is which country's people. That's the sentence structure, how we use it. The structure of the answer to this question, to this question here, to this question is exactly the same as that of the question, except you use your answer in place of 哪. Okay, you see here. Do not give me anything new. You just repeat the rest of thing, okay? And then exchange the answer word, exchange the question word 哪 and the answer part 中国人 is Chinese. So which country is he from? 他是哪国人 Exchange it. 他是中国人 Here you can change it to 美国人 America, 英国人 British. You just change 美 or in. If the vocabulary I'm using now you are not familiar with it, please go for our past lesson before, lesson 1 to lesson 14. They just included all the vocabulary that we're talking about now. Now I wouldn't use any new vocabulary. All the vocabularies you all learned it from the past 14 lessons. If you didn't get it, please, you can replay it to relearn it. Otherwise, after this lesson, do not learn the new lesson until you got all the vocabulary, okay? All right, so next one is the note of 哪. Okay, we have learned two different types of question and answer sentence structure. The two types are main two types of question sentence structure in Mandarin. The first type is the ma sentence structure that is used to confirm yes or no. If your answer is yes, you only need to delete ma and repeat the rest of your answer. Otherwise, for no, put bu before the verb and repeat the rest. For more details, please check the lesson 1 grammar section 5, number 5. You also can find it on our this slides for the number 5 for the section part. You see question, 他是 Alex 吗? Is he Alex? If the answer is yes, repeat everything without ma. If answer no, put bu here. There is a second type of specific question sentence. So now let me mention it again. In Chinese, for the question sentence structure, we have mainly have two types. One is the ma type that confirms yes or no. Another type is special question sentence that is used to ask specific questions, okay? Like what, ask object, who, ask people, where, ask location. In this type of question, you only need to use your answer to replace the question word and leave the rest of words as they are. For example, in English, we will use what to ask objects, use when to ask time, use where to ask location, and use who to ask person. In Mandarin, it's similar to English. We have learned 什么 to identify and subject, 哪 to select the answer from the potential options. We also have who and when, etc. Okay. And then the last note is, when you ask a ma question in Mandarin Chinese, please make sure your question is going to confirm whether or not something is true. Otherwise, do not put ma in the end of question. Like 他叫什么? What is his name? This is really like is a struggle part for the beginner. So what is his name? I ask what? You only need to say 他叫什么? There is no ma, okay? Because ma is really often to see in our language. So students always put ma no matter for what question. So now I can tell you, okay? When you try to ask people a question, please ask yourself first. Is my question is going to ask yes or no, or my question is going to ask a specific answer? And then you choose, do you need ma here, okay? Second one is for the date. We learned the date for the week, year, right? So the first grammar for the date is the date order. The date express order in Mandarin is different from English. In Mandarin, we say year, month, day. In English, you guys say day, month, year, right? Just another way around. So, 年 means year. 月 means months, 日 means the day part in the date, okay? So for example, 今天是2020年12月 18日. Today is 18th December 2020. You look here, like 2020. In English, you guys will pronounce in this way. In Chinese, you can just say the independent number is fine. You can say 2020. 年 is also works. Okay. So note part for the day part of the date. This is the day part of the date, right? Day part of the date. We can say 日 or 号. You see in our example, we all use 日, but here you also can use 号 as well. The difference is 日 is more formal. You can see 日 in the news, articles, and books. 号 is more spoken. People will use it more often in daily life. For Sunday, we can say 星期日 or 星期天. There are no differences. For the year part, you do not need to say 1998 when you read 1998 in year. You can just read each number independently. 1998. Okay. All right. Okay. Next one is the number 13. The 13th one of our grammar for the past lessons is 几. 几 means how many that is used to ask for number. This number can be the day. Like, is that like 20th of February today? So the 20th February, those things all include number. Or I can use to ask how many car do you have? How many computer do you have? As long as this is an answer gonna be a number, so you can use 几 to ask for number. So 今天星期几? You see how many is also a specific question word, so we just need to use the answer switch with the question part. Rest of part keeps same, okay? What's the day of today? Today is Tuesday. 今天星期几? 今天星期二. 明天几月几号? If I need to ask two number, one is the month part, one is the day part, I can repeat 几, right? 几月几号? So only exchange the number and question part. Rest of things same. You see, 明天月号. Okay. 今天星期. Let's see how it works. Question and answer. Also here, I will remind you may a little bit confused. Here is you only need to replace the answer and the question word. Nothing change. But in ma sentence structure, answer yes, repeat the question part, delete ma, okay? Those two are different type of question, but in our language, we only have those two types of question, okay? Note, 几 is the third specific question we have learned so far. We have already learned 什么, what, 哪, which. You only need to use your answer to replace the question word and leave the rest of words as they are. 14. 请 means please, is a verb. We put 请 before verbs to make a polite request. Like you guys will use please, please, please in the end or in the beginning, everywhere. In Chinese, we only put it before the verb. 请 please. You see here the first example. 请喝茶 please drink tea. If you replace tea to 水, that means please drink some water. 请进 please come in. 请坐 please sit down. Okay, number 15, we will use another thing. This thing is confirmed yes or no in a sentence, but we do not use ma here. So this one you can just like ignore this one, only use ma, it also works. But this one is another way to ask to confirm yes or no in our language. So this one is verb, 不 verb. Verb is no, right? So the example, 你是不是 Daisy? You 是 is I'm are, right? You are 不是 is not, right? You are or not Daisy. That is, are you Daisy or not? 你喝不喝茶? Do you drink tea or not? 今天是不是星期五? Is today Friday or not? Obviously, you can say 你是 Daisy 吗? Are you Daisy? It also works. Are you dizzy? Or are you dizzy or not? Those things are all confirm yes or no. Okay. The difference is with my sentence, all are used to confirm yes or no. And this is just another way to confirm. Therefore, the answer sentence structure is the same as my sentence. 他是不是英国人? You can say 他是英国人 or 他不是英国人。A part of you confirming yes or no for verbs, you also can confirm yes or no for objects. You see, for like you confirm yes or no for verbs like do you want to eat apple or not, right? That is a verb. I want confirm eat or don't eat. But I also can confirm adjective like are you happy or not? Is he handsome or not? Is she pretty or not, right? This is to confirm the adjective. So the adjective structure is the same with the verb one, okay? Adjective 不 adjective, verb 不 verb, okay? 他高兴不高兴 Is he happy or not? Answer can be 他很高兴 or 他不高兴 As my experience, for this sentence structure, students always confuse for here, okay? Verb, 不 verb, adjective, 不 adjective. Remember, this verb and this verb is the same verb, okay? Same verb. You see, 是喝是高兴 You see, you have to use the same verb and same adjective. Okay, next one is to talk about our job that we learned before. Job is 工作 is job, can be verb, can be noun. If that is a noun, that means job or occupation. If that is a verb, that means to work. Okay, the first way, let us use it as a noun. There are two common ways to ask about people's job. 你的工作是什么？你的 is your, 工作 is job, 是 is it, 什么是 what? Your job is what? That is, what is your occupation? Or what is your job? I can say because here 什么 is a normal question, specific question word, so I only need to find the answer and replace with the question words. 你的工作是什么？我的工作是老师什么 and 老师 exchange, right? 老师 means teacher. And another example is, you see there are two common ways. This is the first way and this second way. 你做什么工作? What job do you do? I am a teacher. Those two are another type of like the sentence structure. So for this one, I do not suggest you learn it in the academic way. You can just remember those two sentences like the daily short phrase, like the short fixed phrases. Okay. 你的工作是什么 and 你做什么工作？你 you 做 to do what job, right? You do what job? Same with what's your occupation. Note, the first way of asking follows the same pattern for question as before, but the second way is more flexible for building your own sentence. There are no differences in meaning between those two. Like I mentioned before, this one, follow the sentence structure, exchange the answer and question. This one is you can build your own sentence. Okay, so this is we use it as a noun. Now let us use it as a verb. So first one, verb is to work, right? 工作 to work. 你妈妈工作吗? Your mom work, and question, does your mom work? 我星期三不工作. I don't work on Wednesday, right? So I just use 工作 as a verb. 17 is 这 and 那. 这 means this, 那 means that. Okay, 这 indicates an object which is near the speaker, like there. 那 那 indicates an object which is far away the speaker, that one. So singular, 这个 equal to 这 这个 means this one, 这 means this. For example, 这个是手机 this one is phone. So this is a phone. 那个 equal to 那 So that one and that. So here 那个不是杯子 That is not a cup. And then there is a really important verb you have to know, really common. This one means 有 to have, right? To have. So this sentence structure is just the same with English. Somebody have something, some subject plus 有 plus object, right? I have a phone. 我有手机。She doesn't have a phone. 她没有手机。Remember, here is may match with you means the negative version of have. That simply means doesn't have or don't have. So here we don't use 不, okay? Like the 不 will match with 是 or something. 不 and 有 never go into together. No way, okay? And then question, do you have phone? I just use the positive answer plus 吗 here, right? 你有手机吗? Note, when you want to ask do not have, you say 没有 and not 不有. In Mandarin, we put 不 or 没 before verbs to negate them. We will learn the difference between those two verbs in the following lessons. In Mandarin, 有 both mean has and have. It doesn't change depending on the pronoun. Number 19. 多少 can mean how many and how much. Also, we learned another way to ask a number. Which one is 几, right? Later on, I will tell you the difference. You see here, we have two question words to ask for the quantity. Oh, sorry. I think there's a mistake for my PowerPoint. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys, 1 second. We have learned two question words to ask for the quantity. Subject plus 有 plus 多少. Here you need 个 is optional, okay? Plus none. Like subject have, how many, something. So for example, I say here, 他有多少个同学? 同学 is classmates. How many classmates does she have? So those things you can just write it down as a sentence structure pattern to remember. The answer is she has 23 classmates. 多少 also is a specific question word. So you keep the same thing. Just change the question word and the answer. 他有多少个同学? 他有23个同学. Do not try to give me any new sentence structure. Just follow the rule. And then you see, like I mentioned before, we learned two question word to ask number. One is 多少, another one is 几个, right? So subject plus 有 plus 几个 plus none. 他有几个手机? How many phone does she have? 他有3个手机. You see, I just repeat the same thing. 他有, sorry, let me change something, make it more clear. I just keep the thing same, right? For the same common part. 手机, 他有个手机. I only change the question word and the numbers. 他有3个手机. So now let me tell you the difference between 多少 and 几. Okay, you see here for the note part. The difference between 多少 and 几 is this. 几 is ask for a small number, normally below 10, or when you have rough idea of the number, but 多少 is asking for about a large number, or when you have no idea. For example, you know the potential answer will be below 10 when you ask how many computer do they have, right? Like we can guess is normally below 10 computers for the personal to have. We wouldn't have like lots of computer, right? So you should use 几 to ask how many computer do you have? 你有几个电脑 in here, okay? So on the contrary, you know there will be potentially be a huge number if you ask like how many people does China have? Like how many shoes do you have? I mean for girls. So you should use 多少 to ask. For example, 中国 China 有多少人? How many people does China have? Another note, in question sentence, 个 is optional when you use 多少. 个 is the measure word in Chinese, right? But it's necessary when you use 几. 你有多少个同学? How many classmates do you have? Or 你有多少同学? Once you use 多少 to ask a huge number, 个 is optional. But you cannot say 你有几手机? 几 You have to say 你有几个手机? 几 and measure word 个 always have to be together. 多少 is not necessary. Okay? Next one, this one I haven't mentioned it in our past lesson because in that moment I was thinking that's too much. But now I can take you guys to learn this grammar 20. Number 20 is a new grammar, okay? 两 and 二 both means number 2. Number 2, we have 2 names to number 2. Other numbers only have 1 name, okay? Only number 2 has 2 pronunciations, both means number 2. 两 and 二 both represent the number 2, but those 2 characters are not used in the same way. Now let me tell you the difference. 两 is mainly used before measuring words. 两个手机 2 phones. 两个星期 2 weeks. You see the measuring word, measure word 个 岁 is the measure word of the age, okay, means years old. 两个手机 2 phone, 两个星期 2 week, 两个人 2 person, 两个月 2 months, 2岁 2 years old. 二 is mainly used for numbers and date. So numbers, like number 22, 22, we wouldn't say 两 something in number, okay? Like the date, 2nd of February, 2月2号 2001年 the year of 2021, 星期二 Tuesday are all date. There is a note for the date, 月 and 星期 are known. Therefore, you have to follow the pattern we have just learned. Number plus measure word plus noun. That will be 2个月 or 2个星期. But 年 and 天 can be both noun and measuring word. So we should say 2年 or 2天 is not 2个年 or 2个天. Okay, then now we're nearly finished, and then is for the time thing, okay? Time, we do not talk about date anymore. We talk about time by clock, okay? So there is a thing you have to remember is 点 means clock, 分 means minute, and 刻 means quarter, 半 means half. Here, like the 3/4 with another 刻. This is the key words you have to know. 刻 quarter, 半 half, and the 分 minute, 点 is a clock. So if I want to say 10 o'clock 11, right? 10, 11, I will say 10点 11分 10 o'clock 11. So 10:15 10点 you can say 10点15分 is 15 minutes is correct, or you can say 10点1刻 is 1/4. I will put 1 here to emphasize is 1/4, not 3/4, okay? And then 30, you can say 10点30分 also fine, but here there's something fancy. Half means 半, I say 10点半. we didn't say like 1/2 or something. I know 30 is 1/2, but we in Chinese, we wouldn't say 10:1半, we only say 10:30 半. And then 45, you can say 10:45 分 or 10:3/4 3刻. 11:52, simple, 11:52分 12 o'clock 12点. Okay, there a note. 分 and 分钟 are different even though they both mean minute in Chinese. You see here, 分 is here, right? But in our class, in Chinese, we have another word, 分钟. Those two both means minute. Different is this, if you only say 分, this is referred to a specific point in time, like 10:36, like 11:30. We use 分钟. When we use 分钟, that is referred to a duration of time, like it takes 20 minutes from my home to your home. So 20 minutes is the time duration. We use 分钟, is not 分. Second note is we don't need to say 0 when refer to the time, like 10 o'clock 08 分. No, you just need to say 10:08分. Okay, 10:08分. Third one, in English, we can also talk about a time in other way, like 11:10, like 11:10 or 5 to 10. But we can do this in Mandarin, but usually we don't do it. Okay, we just say the number straight away. And then is the times of the day: early morning, noon, afternoon, evening. We all have different name for it. So let us take 5 as example. 5 means noon. 上 means go up. Upper part of the noon, this is morning. 下 means go down. So lower part of the noon is 下午, which means afternoon. So 中 means middle, same 中 with 中国, middle. So middle of the noon is proper noon. So here, 上 means kind of morning here, right? So 早 means early. If I want to say early morning, we call it 早上. And then evening is a new word, cannot follow by the rule. You have to remember it independently. 晚上 means evening. And there is a note. In daily life, you will say morning, good morning. We have 3 ways to say it. You can choose the way you like. 早上好, 早上 is early morning. 好 means good. Early morning, good morning. You also can say 早啊, only say 早 early, or say 早 or 早啊, both fine. 早上好 is more formal. 早啊 and 早 are used for the spoken way. Next one is 上 and 下. 上 and 下 have plenty meaning. 上 and 下 literally means up and down, but if you use it as a verb, so 上 can mean to start, 下 can mean to finish. So 上课, 课 is class, 上课 start class, 下课 finish class. 上汉语课, 汉语 is Chinese Mandarin, right? So 上汉语课 start Mandarin class. 下汉语课 obviously means finish Mandarin class. And you see here, there is a note. 上 and 下 have different meaning in different contexts. So we cannot say that like 上 and 下 always means start and finish in every sentence. But in majority of situations, 上 and 下 means up and down. Okay. Number 23. Oh my God, I just keep talking for almost an hour. I'm dying. So guys, if you already watch until here, please give me a like or subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying so hard to teach you guys, okay? 23, using time in a sentence. In an English sentence, we can reference time at the start of the sentence or end of the sentence, really flexible. Like I have dinner 7 o'clock or 7 o'clock, I have dinner. That's English. In Mandarin Chinese, time can only be referenced directly before or after subject, okay? This subject, like me, I is a subject. We can use it before subject or after subject, but we suggest you reference the time at the beginning of the sentence, which is before subject. Since there may be adverbs between the subject and the verbs. In that case, because some students, they're not really sensitive for the subject. So if I tell them, you can put the time before subject or after subject, they will lose their way because they don't know which one is subject. So simply, all the time, no matter for the day or for the minute or for the year, no matter how big for the time, always put it in the beginning of your sentence. Then you will be always correct, okay? So 6点, first one, 6点我吃晚饭 I ate dinner at 6. 星期三我有汉语课 I have Mandarin class on Wednesday. 今天我学习英语 Today I learn English. If you want to turn this sentence to a question, simply put ma at the end. For example, 6点我吃晚饭 This one means I ate dinner at 6. If you want to say, do you eat dinner in 6? Keep the same thing. Just put ma in the ending, right? You see? Question. 下午你的老师喝茶吗 Does your teacher, 你的老师 is teacher, time plus subject, verb, object, ma. Your afternoon, your teacher drink tea? Answer yes. Delete ma. Okay, you just say, okay, 下午 afternoon, my teacher drink tea, or put bu before the verb. Okay. And there are some note, okay? So when we talk about time in a sentence, we could refer to one specific moment, like 现在, this means now, or time of the day, or a day or a longer period of time. We order this from big to small. If your time is really long, like 2020, 10th of February, Wednesday, 3 o'clock, this is a really long specific time. So when you order it, just like English, sorry, I don't know, actually, I don't know how you guys order the long period time in English, but in Chinese, you will from the big to small, you will say month, date, afternoon, and o'clock, those things from big to small, okay? 5月3号下午8点，我有汉语课。I have Mandarin class at 8 o'clock on the 3rd of May. And then next one is ask for the time. What's the time and when? There are two ways you can ask. One is 几点. 点 is the clock, right? 几 is how many clock. That means what's the clock, what's the time. 什么时候 simply means when. 几点 and 什么时候 are both used to ask time. The difference will be the answer will be specific clock time when you ask for 几点. Okay, if you use 几点 to ask, the answer only can be the specific clock because 点 means clock, right? But when you use 什么时候 to ask, 什么时候 simply means when, the answer could be the specific clock or the day or the year, okay? So 什么时候 is more, how could I say it? Is more functional because it can ask specific clock, day, year, and 几点 is only for clock. For example, I gave you a question, give you an example, 几点? 你几点吃早饭? What time do you eat breakfast? The answer will be 7 点, 7 o'clock, I eat breakfast. You cannot say Wednesday or something, okay? If you use 什么时候, I say 你什么时候 you, when you eat Chinese food, 你什么时候吃中国菜? You can say tomorrow night or later or 5 o'clock, whatever. You see, the answer is 明天我吃中国菜. Tomorrow I eat Chinese food. Okay, and this one, let me see. For the 25 and 26, this one is not in our previous lesson. Those two are extra too. So I will quickly introduce it. 在 is indicating an action in progress. Like in English, you have I eat apple. That is normal time, right? If I want to specifically say now I'm eating apple, I will say I am eating. I wouldn't say I eat, right? Same thing. So when we want to indicate an action in progress in English sentence, we will make the verb structure like be. This be verb can be is MR, right? From plus verb plus ing, like I am eating apple. So be is I'm, verb is eat, ing here, I am eating apple. In Mandarin sentence structure, what we do, we will put 在, this character 在, before the verb, which will be 在 plus the verb. 在 plus the verb just equal to be plus verb plus ing in English. So 我在吃苹果, I am eating apple. Basically, 在吃 means I'm eating. Okay? So here, 你在吃米饭吗? Are you eating rice? 米饭 is rice. If I am eating rice, I will delete 吗? 我在吃米饭 or 我没在吃米饭 may or 没有 both fine, but you cannot use 不 here. No way, okay? No 不. This one, if you didn't get it very like if you didn't get very well, no problem, no worries, just leave it here. In the future lessons, I will explain more. Note, for the negative sentence, we will put a male before the verb to negate. I think it's negate the verb. No, not 不, okay? Since we're negating an action that finished. For this 126, you can just ignore it. Right, that is all about this lesson. Really thanks for your time, and I hope you really enjoyed my video. Any questions, leave a comment. I will answer you as soon as possible. So see you guys next time. 再见. By the way, every Friday, don't forget it. Bye bye.